Welcome to Celebrity Reports, the place where we dive deep into the fascinating world of celebrities and uncover the stories behind the headlines. Bonnie Franklin, remembered fondly for her role as Anne Romano on the groundbreaking sitcom One Day at a Time, was known for her professionalism, charm, and dedication to her craft. Yet, behind the laughter of television sets and the warm image that millions of fans adored, there were stories of tension, quiet disagreements, and moments where lines were drawn. One such story that has surfaced is about Franklin refusing to work again with a co-star, a decision that left fans curious for decades. Now, as more details emerge, the reasons become clearer. During the late 1970s, One Day at a Time was a fresh kind of sitcom, focusing on real issues of divorce, single parenting, and the struggles of everyday life. Franklin carried much of the show's heart, portraying Anne Romano as a resilient single mother determined to raise her daughters with strength and honesty. The chemistry between Franklin and her on-screen daughters, played by Mackenzie Phillips and Valerie Bertinelli, became one of the main reasons the show resonated so deeply. But behind the cameras, the harmony wasn't always as seamless as it appeared. There were reports of personality clashes on set, particularly with Mackenzie Phillips, whose off-screen life was turbulent at the time. Phillips struggled with personal issues that often interfered with production schedules. Franklin, a consummate professional who valued punctuality and discipline, reportedly grew frustrated with the unpredictability. She believed that the show was not just entertainment, but also a responsibility to the audience and crew who depended on it. When an actor showed up late or couldn't deliver their lines, it created ripple effects across the entire set. Sources close to the production team recall that Franklin tried to be patient at first. She understood that Phillips was young and going through challenges, but as the delays and disruptions became more frequent, Franklin felt the weight of the show slipping away from its potential. She began voicing her concerns quietly to producers, urging them to address the issues before the work suffered. It wasn't only about professionalism. Franklin deeply cared about the message the show sent. One Day at a Time tackled important subjects like women's independence, workplace struggles, and family unity. Franklin feared that behind-the-scenes drama would overshadow the purpose of the series. Eventually, the tension reached a point where Franklin made it clear she would not continue to work under the same conditions if the problems persisted. The producers faced a difficult decision. They valued Franklin's steady leadership, but also recognized Phillips' role as vital to the dynamic of the show. After several attempts to resolve the situation, there were moments when Franklin reportedly refused to shoot scenes until matters were taken seriously. While some critics at the time painted her as demanding, others later praised her for standing firm about maintaining standards on set. Valerie Bertinelli, in later interviews, hinted at the strain during those years, noting that Franklin was like a second mother to her but also someone who didn't compromise when it came to responsibility. That uncompromising stance is what ultimately led Franklin to draw the line. She simply refused to continue working with someone whose personal struggles were constantly undermining the show's momentum. In hindsight, many involved have expressed understanding of Franklin's position. She wasn't driven by ego or rivalry, but by a determination to protect a show that meant so much to millions of viewers. The refusal wasn't about personal dislike, but about preserving integrity. Franklin's legacy proves that she was not only a talented actress, but also someone who believed in accountability. Today, the story serves as a reminder that, even in Hollywood, where glitz and glamour often dominate the narrative, the real challenges are about discipline, respect, and dedication. Franklin's decision, though controversial at the time, now seems less like a dramatic clash and more like the choice of a woman committed to excellence. It was never easy, but it helped cement her reputation as someone who would not compromise when it came to her craft.